because
All
I'll
right,
start
y'all.
going.
Okay. All right,
Go
y'all.
ahead.
Another episode of the Perfect Focus Podcast. Today we have with us a black man with many talents, stand-up comedian, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and former football star at TCU, Kris Gardner. What is up, my brother?
Man, not much, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Happy Juneteenth, by the way.
Facts. Happy Juneteenth. Happy birthday to my brother. Shout out to him. It's his birthday too. I mean, he timed it obviously perfect. So shout out to him for doing that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Did your brother go to school with you too? Or how much older is he? Older than you or younger than you?
He was a what was he? He was a senior. He was a senior when I was 8th grade. So we never really ever went to. Only time we went to school with each other was like real early on. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. So for our listeners, this should be a pretty easy podcast for us. Should be pretty light. I actually met Kris back in I was in junior high when I met you at Kennedale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. 8th grade, actually.
Yeah, and
I
just got there. I was new to the whole Kennedale. Well, I guess I wasn't new. I always went to Kennedale elementary schools and stuff. But yeah, that's when I met you. Where are you from originally? You're not originally
I'm from Louisiana. I was born in Monroe, Louisiana, but then I moved, and then we lived in like Shreveport for the longest, and then we moved to Arlington when I was like 6th grade, something like that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, man, it's been a minute since I've seen you. I think last time I saw you was 2018. I think you had your first headliner.
Yeah, at the Improv.
Yeah. Oh, Improv. I had Hyenas written down, but you performed at
It may have been both. Yeah, because I'm about to say, I'm back and forth. But the first time I ever headlined at the Improv, I think was January. It was so either I met you that January, bro, or I mean either because I had 2 headline gigs like in like a week span.
Okay.
One at the Hyenas Improv, one at the Hyenas Comedy Club, and then one at the Improv. And so I think, I think you did come to the Hyenas one and not the Improv one. Okay. Yeah, that's facts. I remember that now.
Yeah, I went to 2. I think I went to one that you hosted, and then you did a headliner for the other one. But that was
okay.
That was pretty cool, man. It's cool supporting people. It's cool seeing people that look like me out here succeeding in this world.
Facts, man. Facts.
Days
like you too,
today,
bro. Especially with your podcast, bro. And I appreciate you having me on because I mean, I love to. Like, would you come do my? Yes, bro. Any time that I can help another black person do anything as far as small business, anything goes, I'm there, bro. So obviously a great thing that you're doing. And I've been seeing you from a distance. So I need to comment more, but I've been seeing you from a distance, bro. Seeing you working.
No, man, I appreciate you. That's all I ask for. People just at least watch, and if you like the show, watch the show. But I don't want you to listen to it if you just. Obviously, I want you to listen to it to support me. But if you're not enjoying the show, don't watch it.
Oh yeah.
But I appreciate you though.
Facts. No, it's awesome, bro. And that's one thing that I wanted to really shout out to you, bro, because consistency is very hard to do, especially something like a podcast or something. I know because I've tried to do one. Mm-hmm. It's hard to be consistent. You're real consistent, bro. So kudos to you for that. And I know it's odd for like a black dude giving another black dude compliments. That's weird.
Yeah,
like we don't give.
That's
compliments. Weird. You know what I mean? Like we don't. We'll be like, yeah, okay, I bet. I see you. I bet. But we won't ever be like, hey, bro, I see it. I appreciate what you're doing, bro. It's inspiring me. You know what I mean? So keep grinding.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because, like, even me, God damn, I'm bleeding and shit. I know.
Fight Club. Not good.
All right. It's funny you say that because I'm one of those people that's weird with compliments. Like, I don't deal with compliments too well, and I'm a criticism person. Like, I want you to critique me. But don't tell me everything I'm doing right because I want to know what I'm doing wrong all the time, But it's good. Thanks. It is nice to hear that I'm doing something good. Even like with me and my other close friends out here, try to compliment them more and try to embrace that a little bit because I think that's what's wrong with our black community in the first place. We don't thank each other enough. We don't show appreciation. We always have that hard mentality. You don't have to be like that. It's okay. It's okay to be emotional sometimes.
Sometimes,
I didn't grow up that way. I didn't grow up that way. I was always taught to be, be a man and stuff, but that's what's wrong with the mentality of us now is the fact that we don't know how to show our emotional side, our softer side. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man. But I do appreciate that. Man, so Kris, like you've been watching me from afar. I've been watching you from afar as well. You done some great things and starting back in high school. Because it was actually funny. So I met you at Kennedale, and then you did some time at Arlington Martin too, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually started at because at Arlington, I started in the Arlington school system, but for reasons that we shouldn't go into, I've had to move around a little bit as far as schools go. Yeah. And so I went to Kennedale. I guess I could talk about it. I mean, that's how you inspire people, right? You tell them, yeah. And so I used to get in trouble in school a lot, bro. And I got kicked out of schools. I went to alternative schools, and so that's why I kind of jumped around schools. It wasn't because I was like doing stuff crazy. I just kind of don't. The rules are suggestion to me, and more or less. So I wasn't like I was like beating people or anything like that. It was just like, oh, he's just always getting in trouble. Like he won't stop talking. He's always gonna say what he gotta say. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I was jumping from school to school. Came to Kennedale. That's when I met a lot of guys that I'm still close to now. Is when I went to Kennedale. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I only went to Kennedale for like a year, not even a year, just the second half of my 8th grade year. But I still have like a lot of connections from that school, just from that little 6 months of going there.
Yeah. So I actually went to Kennedale too. So I went to 3 different high schools. I went to Kennedale my freshman year, Martin my sophomore year, and then I graduated from DeSoto. Yeah,
his brother went to. Well, you got the whole degree.
I know, man. I jumped around for different schools for other reasons too, but not like yours. But that's funny. I didn't know. I didn't know you went to alternative school because even when I knew you back in junior high, you wasn't a bad kid.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't a bad kid. The rules were always suggesting, like, hey, Kris, stop talking. Kris, do this, Kris. And I'm going to still talk. I'm still going to joke. I'm still going to say. And then I was like, go to the office. And then they got tired of sending me to the office so much that then they were like, all right, just go to alternative school. So I went to alternative school. I'm there clowning, making everybody laugh there. And then they like, look, you ain't no, but they knew I wasn't a bad kid. I just was outspoken, bro. But you see, I'm still the same way now. Like, ain't nothing really changed. I'm still very, very outspoken. But now I just I'm more wise with when I do it and where I do it and how I do it.
Right. We grow up.
I matured.
Yeah. You used to actually crack jokes on me back during the track season. You probably don't even remember because you probably cracked.
I was just about to say, that's a bad thing though, right? That I joke so much.
You used to call me Luke like Luke Skywalker. So I had these ugly ass Reeboks DMX shoes, man.
Yeah,
they look like space shoes. They look like these shoes from outer space. And you look like you saw those shoes, you just started roasting me on the spot. So everybody that year, that track season, and it was funny because people would think that you called me Luke because I could jump far or high, which I wouldn't.
No,
but I wasn't nothing crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's not why he's calling me Luke. Look at my shit.
No, that ain't it. I don't know why this is. That's funny. Oh, is that better? That's way better, bro. Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah. I'm about to say you might get the light out get the ring out the frame though.
Oh, that's what it is? Oh, bro, you know how bad I am at this? This is why my little brother's supposed to be here. So he's my professional cameraman. So he's supposed to have there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got to hold it. I ain't about to do this much longer. I'm telling you right now, y'all, we about to go to natural lighting in a second.
Yeah, you was cool with how it looked at first.
Oh, yeah. It was hot, bro. I was hot. That's why I'm trying to move it.
I got that.
All this light, bro. Yeah, we're going to talk like this.
Yeah, you cool like that. I'm using the ring light right now, too. But
yeah, I was. But yeah, we ain't about to be done with that.
This is funny. I ain't did a podcast with somebody just walking around now.
Yeah, we about to talk, bro. We Zoom meeting.
Okay.
So you know, black people talk on the phone, bro. That's what we do. We don't sit in one spot, bro. We got to move around.
That's why I don't know how long this podcast is gonna be. It might have to break this one up into seasons.
Yeah, so y'all season 1 was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So your mic cut off again.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm about to.
You might just need to sit your shit down. Don't touch it.
Bro, I tried to, but then I'm like, my phone is on 3%. But let's keep rolling, bro. Keep rolling. I'm a definitely fix everything.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, we keep rolling.
Okay. So with all that being said that we just talked about, it's no surprise that you jumped into the comedy world. So how did you get into that? Was it something that just fell into your lap? Was it natural, or was it something that you had always planned on doing?
Oh, well, comedy, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Just because I was always a class clown, like I always knew I wanted to tell jokes. You know what I mean? Like, but as soon as I seen the opportunity to do it, it really wasn't even me that pushed me. It was my older brother. My older brother was like, and if you ever meet my older brother, we're all in entertainment, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was, we made a bet one day. He was like, yo, I'm gonna go up there and do poetry. You go up there and do comedy. And that's literally how we started. He didn't do the poetry though. I went up there and did the comedy, and then I did the comedy again. I got actually a pretty cool story. So first time I did comedy was good, right? Everybody laughed. But then I went to San Diego. So this was like a week later for our bowl game, because I went to TCU play football. Mm-hmm. So we had a bowl game at the Poinciana Bowl my senior year. And we were in San Diego for a week, and my homeboy was like, bro, if you're really serious about doing comedy, they're having a comedy open mic competition right here at this Funny Bone in San Diego. And I was like, all right.
Damn.
And let's go do it. And so I did the competition. I won the competition. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, maybe I know what you know what I mean? Maybe I should be doing this. And so ever since then, bro, I've just been rolling.
Was it whenever you won that competition, were you going up against people that had been doing it for a minute, like a whole bunch of other amateurs, or?
It wasn't any other professional. Like as far as like, it wasn't Eddie Murphy in there, and now I could be like, oh, Richard Pryor was part of it. But it was just guys that had been doing comedy already before me.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like.
Yeah,
it was guys who have been doing it already. And so once I got the opportunity to do it, and I seen that I was already maybe not just as funny. And now that I think about it, I wasn't very seasoned at all. But back then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm a professional, bro. You just come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just won my first time doing it. But really, I had a lot of football players in the crowd, so that probably helped too. So.
Yeah. And you said the Funny Bone in San Diego. Well, that's a pretty prestige stage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, they have a lot, bro. I've done comedy. What is it? Comedy Store, bro, in Los Angeles, bro. I mean, improvs. I've done 10, 11 improvs, bro. I've been to Seattle, Alabama, Orlando, bro. I've been comedy's really helped me go places.
That's cool. So going back to your football career, so you was a star at TCU.
I played. I don't know. Star. You know? Yeah, I did my little thing every chance I could, but I wasn't the best ever. You know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity to play with some great guys though, and I had an opportunity to play at TCU at a great time.
Yeah. That's like the school that a lot of people in our circle at the time, like from Kennedale and Arlington Martin, they would go to either TCU or they would go to North Texas. Uh-huh. And then from DeSoto, everybody would go to the Aggies, Texas A&M. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I graduated.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I graduated a year after Von Miller had graduated from DeSoto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I graduated same time as Von.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we were same. So let me. So it was funniest thing about Von Miller, though, because it's cool that you said that, because I've never seen this before. Do you know he was the kick returner for DeSoto? Did you know that?
No, I stopped playing football as soon as I came to DeSoto, actually.
I would have too, bro. This brother was the kick returner, man. Like, the defensive end was the kick returner. That was probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen, like still to this day.
Yeah.
So that's one Von Miller story. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that. I was just so people like the listeners will know who we like, the people who we was growing up with around the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard, like for you to stand out in sports during at least during the time that we came up. You had to really be at the top of your game. So that's why I consider myself, I was decent, but I was nowhere near as good as them. Do you remember my twin, Thomas?
But bro, that's how I get y'all confused, bro. Because y'all,
we don't look alike.
To me, y'all do.
Yeah, I guess. Thomas is a little bit bigger than me now.
Oh, I'm about to say I ain't seen y'all since we was kids, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Thomas, he lives out in Texarkana. He has 3 kids. He married out there in Texarkana. Yeah, he a whole grown man out there.
Bro, I mean, do they get mad at you for not being married and all that? You married?
Yeah, I'm married. I got my wife out here.
Oh, okay. Oh, again, I should have asked first.
Yeah, you met her. You met her at your
wife
show.
right there, like you married, right?
Yeah. She's the one I introduced you at the show, but that day was so crazy. You probably don't remember anybody.
Bro, I'm telling you right now. I'm the show ain't the best place for me to remember anything. So,
No,
you know what I mean. It's not just people though. It's more of an actress too.
Yeah, I remember when I went to your first show. I got there early and I did a party foul because you was in the zone. You was over. I think you was sitting at the table or something like that. And I walked up to you, and like I said a couple words, and he was like, "Hold on, man. I'm trying to get in the right mindset and shit and stuff." I was like, "Oh yeah, my bad. I was just saying what's up."
Bro, that's funny because I actually do remember that shit too. That was at the Improv, bro. That was at the Improv. I remember that. Yeah, that was at the Improv because I was by the bar.
Yeah.
I was sitting by the bar, bro. I remember.
You probably mad as shit at that time. I was like, God.
Yeah, bro. Before a show is different than like after a show. You know what I'm saying? Because before a show, you try. It's football over again, bro. So I'm locked in. I'm trying to get right. I'm trying to get my mind right, and that's exactly what happened.
Okay. So going back to that, so with football and comedy, what did you learn from football that kind of help you transpire into the comedy world, or can you even use any of your skills that you learned in football in the comedy world?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sorry. You can use. Yeah, I don't know. Can you? I don't know what kind of podcast this is. Is it PG-13? Is this for Disney
Channel? Man, it's whatever. Like it's whatever.
Oh, okay, man. Well, I'll have
Christian.
I'm just making sure that. Hope it's a delay on this moment. All right, so really, bro, everything I use in comedy I got from football. Not everything, obviously not being funny, but everything else I got from football. Like as far as the work habits, watching film, just studying the game, studying yourself, studying how to get better. Just the work that you put in, it's little nuggets that I got from football. Like every day you have 2 choices, bro. You either get better or you get worse. That's every single day. So every 24 hours at the beginning of the day, you have an opportunity to get better, get worse, bro. And at the end of that day, when you're alone in your bed, when your eyes are closed at night, you need to ask yourself that question, bro. Did I get better today in my craft or did I get worse? Because nobody stays the same. Because if you stay the same and you did not work on your game, somebody else is working on their game. And then they got it. You know what I mean? So you got worse. There's no in between. So it's no, tomorrow I do this tomorrow. I get better tomorrow because somebody's already got better. And so you got worse. So every day that's a little nugget. And that's why I say, so you use that in comedy and football and life in general. You know what I mean? So it's lessons that you got in football that carry over to every part of your life, especially comedy.
Okay. And that's an interesting thing you said. It's like get better one day or did I get worse today? Because people say that they're stagnant or people say they're doing the same shit every day. So if that's the case, if you are the same every day, does that mean if you didn't do better, you're doing worse?
You got worse, period. No, there is no staying the same because somebody else got better at what you were trying to do. Okay. That's your podcast. If you don't work on your podcast every day, bro, there's 10,000 other people working on their podcast every day. So you fell behind those 10,000 people. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that if you're not caught up as far as somebody is, then you're not succeeding. Mm-hmm. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you personally know that's why I say at nighttime when your eyes are closed and the lights are off, and you got to be honest with yourself, because that's when most people cry over death and over anything that's going on in their life, because you can't hide it when your eyes are closed. You can't hide when you're laying down by yourself. Yeah. So that's why you need to ask yourself then, bro, today, did I waste today? Or did I use today and got better? You know what I mean? And I'm not even saying you got to accomplish every single goal every single day. What you need to do is get better. So as long as you got better, you know what I mean? I'm not saying be all the way at the finish line, just better every single day.
Yeah. So with us being in y'all not, Texas, you're in Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm in Texas. So
everything's like lifted now, and it's almost not back to norm, but like kind of in the new norm situation.
Ours went to the new norm first. Put it this way. We went to normal, back to normal so fast that we're about to go back to lockdown. So, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're not following quarantine. They're not. This is probably, we're getting hit. Texas and Florida is getting hit with a pretty hard second wave.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And it's already happened. But I mean, that's because we opened everything back up. So I mean, we kind of asked for this ourselves.
Okay. So what I was going to say was, while we were in lockdown or while you're in quarantine, how are you able to make yourself better? Like, are you writing right now? Like, what are you doing because you can't go out and do shows because of the whole social distance and all that shit. So what are you doing to keep yourself proficient in your craft?
I'm creating content. I'm writing. So what I did was, I could take you in there right now, but it's not all set up. So we turned the garage into a studio. So I don't want to say how much, I got a lot of equipment in that studio. You know what I mean? And ever since quarantine happened, with us not having to pay as many bills right now, I start putting more stuff into my studio, and I've actually created a show where I can promote it now, because we've already started doing it, where we're going around to all locally Black-owned businesses, restaurants here in the DFW area, and we're promoting them. And because I started a Facebook page called The Plug DFW, and that's what we do on there, is we promote locally Black-owned businesses by doing it with professional videography and professional photography. Because a lot of times you go to Black-owned restaurants, or you look them up on your maps or on your Google or whatever. They are normally like what do they look like? They're like it's a grainy picture of the menu, you know what I mean, like a cell phone picture of the food, but it's nothing professional. But then you look at that's really the only difference between Black and, I don't want to say that's not the only difference, but that's a difference. That's a bad word to say. It's not the difference. That is something that the Black businesses could get better at. Okay, that's a better word for it. It's something the Black businesses can definitely get better at. Marketing. So look, when I go on your page, that I can't tell the difference between you and McDonald's, and you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to be able to feel like this is a complete mom and pop restaurant. You know what I mean? Like the internet don't work. Like, we need to get our stuff, as far as the marketing part of our businesses, way higher than what we're at right now. Yeah. And so that's what we're designed to do. So if a small Black restaurant wants to, hey, we want to do it, we'll shoot you a commercial, we'll come interview you, and then we'll give you professional pictures, we'll give you professional pictures of your food, give you professional pictures for you to be able to post on your website. You know what I mean? Like, just try to change how we market ourselves and how we market our small businesses. Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if I liked it, but apparently I already liked that damn shit.
Yeah. Well, we're about to drop. We just shot our first video at TJ's Cap. That's why I say I can talk about it now, because we've actually done the first video, and so it's in the editing phase right now. So it's actually, y'all are actually hearing it first. Okay. I'm gonna have one almost every week, dropping starting next week. So y'all are getting it first.
Yeah. Shit. Well, by the time I don't know when this episode is going to come out, it's going to be a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's dope though. So are you going to put a comedy spin on it, or is it just going to?
Well, that's more of my giving back. That's my charity. Okay. Now, I'm always going to be like goofy, bro. I can't just not be like some kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but that's not. I mean, I have so many things that I'm pushing. Like, comedy to me is like separate. So I'm not just a comedian. Like it's kind of crazy to say. I used to say I was a comedian. This lady told me that I should never say that because when she looks at me, she sees more than a comedian. So I always tell her that I'm not. I always say I'm not a comedian. So I have my comedy, but then I have other portions of myself that is not just tied into funny. You know what I mean? Like I'm a whole, like I own a construction business, a general contracting business. Like it's you know what I mean. The comedy part of it is it's really my therapeutical release. It's my natural ability, my natural gift. But then I think of ways that I can help society and help us move forward as a people, and that is kind of my other side to it. That's not as silly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, I do have a lot of silly stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I actually have a page purely for comedy, which is my Kris Gardner. If you go on my Instagram, a lot of it has comedy on it too.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that. I didn't know if you was a contractor or not, but you say you own your own contracting business.
Yes.
What'd
you say?
How in the hell you end up with that?
Well, actually, I was fortunate enough to have a parent who was in construction, and so it wasn't something I'm pulling out of thin air. Like I've been around construction really my whole life since I have pictures of me at 4 years old sitting on top of bulldozers and tires, you know what I mean, and backhoes and track hoes and excavators, because I've been in it for a long time. But now that I see an opportunity to advance myself, I just ran at a full speed. And so really I didn't go to school for construction, so my knowledge of construction was very low. Because I started it 3 years ago, and then I basically took myself to construction college. Okay. The best way to say it. And so I've started from literally the ground up, just so I can make sure I know what I'm talking. Because you don't want to go in these buildings, because a lot of construction it's not about me liking you, it's about what you know. Okay. And so just having to raise the bottom knowledge of what I'm doing, and as far as the general contracting to it, and the connections that we had already, so that really has really blessed us and helped us be able to get to where we are today. Yeah.
It's so funny. Like you going back to your high school days and your junior high days, like you getting kicked out of school and going to alternative schools and shit. You know, teachers talking shit about you. He probably ain't going to amount up to nothing. And now look at you touring the world, you got your own business and shit. It's so funny. Like I wish I can go back and talk to some of those teachers who used to talk shit about me. But I was a clown too. I'm definitely like a low key clown, especially when me and my twin had the same classes. Like we used to act up all the time. And
a whole different kind of fun.
Yeah, teachers say something crazy to us now, and I wonder how they're doing compared to me right now. You know. So it's funny that you say you got kicked out of school and shit, but now you're a whole contractor. You can build a school if you wanted to.
Yeah. See, that's funny. I'll tell you this because it's my little nugget. I wrote this down, but that's actually one of the reasons I wanted to get into it, because I'm not a person who likes. I'm bad with authority, so I'm not good with people being over me. So that was one of the reasons I got in. But then I was like, me doing comedy, I was like, bro, imagine if I can build a comedy club. You know what I mean? Like build my own comedy club. That was one of the things. Like at the end, in 30 years, like when you're still doing your podcast, and hopefully I'm big and you're big, and we all, hey man, let's meet up again, do it again. Yeah. We come back and say, oh bro, you see the comedy club I told you I wanted to build? That's so. I mean, it's other things that I want to do with the construction too, but and comedy is long goal. But I understand how the entertainment business works.
Yeah, that's what I had the podcast came out yesterday that I did with one of my homeboys. He's out in Turkey right now. He's a photographer, and he does like a lot of other shit too. And I have other friends that have certain talents. And I was like, whenever I do, I always say when, because I feel like it's gonna happen one of these days. I just don't know when. Yeah. But whenever I do blow up, I'm definitely looking into people that I know to hire first.
In facts,
and not necessarily. Well, you can't hire anybody.
I was just about to say. So go ahead.
There's people that I know that I can trust their quality of work, because their stuff's getting better every day too. So I'm like, he's a dope photographer. What's crazy is I've never really seen anything from him that I didn't like, and this is from him starting from the beginning. He's doing nothing but getting better. He's learning his own touch and stuff. 'Cause I used to be in photography as well, but it didn't it didn't catch on. I think I actually took some photos of you at your show one time.
Yeah, I do. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Bro, it's all coming like and now that you're seeing it, like it's all coming back and hitting.
Yeah. But I have people in different talent departments that I would hire that I know personally.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty dope. What was you gonna say?
It was just when I started this construction, that was one of the things. So I got with a bunch of big contractors, right? Mm. And that was one of the things because I was like, man, I kind of know everybody I want to hire, whatever. And like all that, they said the thing. This is what happens. So you try to go with people that are that you know what I mean, like people that you know,
yeah,
right. And so I go with Steve. We'll say Steve is my best friend. I go with Steve because I know him. But then what a clash is either your beliefs or how you work. You see what I'm saying? Like right now, because he's not under you. It's a whole different animal than when he's under you. And I know them, and they're my friends. So that I'm not saying in any specific. I'm just telling you that's what they told me. And then it really came to pass as I started working with other people that I knew. Because at first you try to bring on your friends, and then you're like, okay, these people really don't have the work that I want to do. Then you try to bring on the people that got the work that you want, these random people. But then you find out they don't have the values that you have. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a place that you have to meet where you meet somebody that has the values that you have and also the work that you want. So that's so it's more the values than and how they work than anything else, than me just knowing them. You know what I mean? Like, I know that you're gonna bet them way more than that. I'm not saying you don't know that. That was one of the things that was told to me that's really set, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna just have my best friend do this, or my best friend do this. But then you start working with them, and you're like, bro, it really don't work like I want it to work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a whole different animal. But that's obviously for mine. What do I know?
Yeah, no, it's good nuggets especially for some of the listeners on the show as well. I remember when I started, I tried to do my own workout apparel. This was probably like probably like 8 to 10 years ago. I tried to do that, and I got feedback from my friends from the beginning. I was like, y'all gonna support me and shit, and family too. I think like a couple family members supported me, but for my friends and shit, crickets.
No.
I was like, well,
nah, bro.
All this money, and that shit went down here.
That's where everybody starts a business like, bro, you know how many people I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already know this. Everybody gonna mess with me, bro. I'm woo. And then you start that business and you understand money is involved and people are slow to spend money. That's why most of my fan base is people I don't even know.
Yes, that's so true. Like, I have a fitness page, and most of the people on there have no idea who I am.
No, just support me. Just support me. Come to my shows and don't know me for nothing, bro. Like, and there's people I know that has still never seen me do comedy once.
Yeah.
Don't depend on your friends when you're talking business. That's not who you depend on.
Right. But it's funny though, because when you blow up, they can be talking about how that's my homeboy and all this other shit. That's what's gonna be funny though. So
they right there, bro. Hand out, like they've been there the whole time, supported you the whole time. Let it start going just a little good, bro.
Yeah,
just a little good, bro. Paquito,
start popping
bro.
up
Right there, bro. Like, hey man, we done did it, bro. Like,
yeah, man. So influencers. So who are your biggest influencers in the comedy world? Or I guess in general, it don't even have to be comedy.
I'm trying to think of my biggest, like as far as who's my favorite comedian, it'd be like a Patrice O'Neal.
Okay.
He's hands down my favorite comedian. But as far as who I'd want to be like, it'd be more like Byron Allen.
Okay.
I could see like a Byron Allen. I'd be a billionaire that nobody knows really does comedy.
Yeah. I don't even know who that is.
I was just about to say, he's the guy that owns the Weather Channel.
Oh, shit. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's a black dude.
For real?
And he's actually, for real. Let's go look him up next time you chance. Byron Allen.
Okay. Byron Allen.
He's a bald-headed black dude, bro. And he owns the Weather Channel. He brought it for like some $1 billion. He's a billionaire.
And he does comedy?
And he's a comedian. But nobody really knows his comedy.
Yeah, I'm just writing his name down now.
Go ahead. Please.
That's crazy.
That's why I downloaded the app. Support my brother here.
Well, yeah, I guess I've been supporting him for years now. Shit.
Yeah, didn't even know, right? Yeah, he was the one that was suing Comcast and all those other big TV companies because they wouldn't let him in. Yes, go look. It's a whole story. It's huge.
Wow, and he's actually pretty funny.
He's okay.
So why you want to be like him? I guess you don't want to. You don't want to be.
He has $1 billion.
Oh, okay. You want to be. You want his success.
Hey, I'd rather be a billionaire that's not that funny than a hell of a funny ass homeless dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like there's a happy medium in there. Because really, realistically, bro, think about this. Because of how TV and internet has changed, the same celebrity is not there anymore. Okay, like when Eddie Murphy, bro, used to walk in the streets, you know what I'm saying, bro? It'd be crowds of people that would grasp around him because that would be the only chance you got to see Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Social media and Twitter and that, like the superstar has changed. Everybody's famous now.
Right.
I mean, bro, how many people got 1 million followers? Like, remember when 1 million followers used to be a big deal? Like, everybody got 1 million followers. I know 17,000. I know personally 10 people with 1 million followers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not. It's changed. And put it this way, you have people with 1 million followers and you won't even know who they are. I won't know who they are. You see what I'm saying? Like, their small bubble knows exactly who they are. There's no more everybody's a big superstar. You know what I mean? Like, because Howard Stern's radio used to be a big deal, but Howard Stern radios now, there's 17,000 Howard Stern radios. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to do. And so the thought of, I'm going to be a comedian superstar. It's a good thought. It's a good thought. You know what I'm saying? But like, but that means you're going to have to capture the hearts and the minds of millions and millions of people. In order to do that, you have to create a platform. Yeah. That's why I said Byron Allen. Byron Allen has a platform. Okay. I didn't know who Byron Allen was a comedian then, but right now, if Byron Allen does a show, he'd sell it out because everybody knows who Byron Allen is. Yeah. And he has $1 billion. You see what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, give me the bread and I'll create my own platform. Like, you don't even have to respect me as a comedian, bro. If I got $1 billion, bro, I'll pay for my own tour. See what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you can't stop. There's nothing I can't say on stage. I'm not worried about trying to stay. You know what I mean? I can literally be the boss. Yeah.
Shit, you'll get there.
That's my hope. That's my hope, bro. I'm trying to work around the game, not because what happens is, man, and it sucks as our black kids grow up. Our black kids grow up, bro, and they have to look up to LeBron James, you know what I mean, rappers, athletes. It's who they have to look up to. Rappers, athletes, entertainers. Mm-hmm. Okay? We don't look up to Robert Johnson's. We don't look up to Byron Allen's. We only look up to the way, and this is going to sound, I don't know how it's going to sound, but it doesn't matter. It's true. The way that we are trying to get rich is by entertaining the masses. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. The monkey and the pony show. You know what I mean? Like, we have to be a dancing monkey to make $1 million. Right. And I'm trying to get us a view other than that. Even though I love comedy, bro. At the end of the day, if they were like, hey, you can make it, bro, as a comedian, like, but you're only gonna make $1 million a year, whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the $1 billion. The $1 billion might go. You know what I mean? So, you're $1 million a year. I would say, all right, cool, because I love comedy. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be able to get across my message. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to push, bro. Is we don't need to look up to actors and comedians, but we need to be looking up to the business people because there's a whole different world of ways for us to make money that we don't even know about, bro. Don't even know it. You know how many contractors are my age, bro, that are my color?
You're the only one I know.
Bro, I don't know none, bro.
Yeah.
You know how much the government sets aside hundreds of millions of dollars for minority-owned businesses to get government contracts.
And no one takes advantage of it.
Don't even know them, fam.
Wow.
I'm the only one I know.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean? Like, we got to start. There's another way that we can make it. And we're not looking at that. And that's what we need to start looking at. You grow your capital, you can be anybody you want to be.
You gotta teach them young though, because we don't.
Yeah, exactly right. We gotta grow them. We gotta grow them up.
Yeah, we're not learning this. Even me and you, we both went to good schools, and we didn't learn this shit.
Bro, it took me 10 years after school.
Yeah,
I'm like, nah, bro. Like, it's not easy, and it's not. That's why we have to, with your podcast, with our platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I started doing? I told you I started going and talking to the kids for that reason. So look at other than being an athlete. Like, being an athlete is great. It is. Trust me. Like, I love the perks. I loved everything about it. I was just watching the Rose Bowl game last night on ESPN. Yeah. And I got to see my, you know what I mean, my old game or whatever. It's still not as gratifying as getting a government contract. You know what I mean? Like, that is a gratifying. Like, that part, winning the Rose Bowl was a great thing in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But getting my first contract, bro, was really the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know what I mean? Like, because it showed me I can make it a different way.
Well, it makes sense because how many lives can you really change by tackling so many people a year, scoring so many touchdowns? How many people's lives are you going to change? You can inspire people, but in the contracting world, you can actually change someone's life. Like, let's say this is obviously on a low layman's terms type thing, but imagine you go into a high school game or even a college game and you see somebody that's not necessarily performing too well, but you heard that they were smart. Like, hey, man, if I was you, I'll start putting play football if you want to, but don't take it as seriously when there's more money out there. Like, this isn't the only way. Because I think that's what happens to a lot of athletes too. Thank God it didn't happen to you. But let's say people go and they bank on hopefully making it to the league, and then they find out their name didn't get called, and it's like, oh, I just got this bullshit ass. I don't know what kind of degrees do people usually graduate with that bank on the NFL or NBA or stuff like sports medicine or something like that. They're not really into that shit. They just did it because it lined up with their career, and now look at them.
Everybody's personal trainers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still performing, using our bodies. Like, our minds can be used too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But that, I mean, it comes from both ways, though. I mean, the system hopefully the system with this year and all the stuff that's going on outside, hopefully the system starts to change a little bit. Hopefully they're not just putting out these memos and saying what they're saying just to get us feeling good or just to get us to shut up. Hopefully they're actually implementing things that will allow Black people to be in positions of making decisions.
Yeah,
that is my knock. Like, they'll let Black people work for them. Yeah, you can work, but you'll never be in that boardroom. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need to be in. When I start seeing it and I look up and you look at McDonald's board and I keep saying, you know what I mean? But just because I'm thinking of Fortune 500 companies. So just companies, very large companies, when you look at their board and there's a couple Black people on their board, people making decisions. Like, that's what Black people need to be. That's what we need to strive to be at. Is places that we're making decisions, using our brain, because there's a stigma that we're not smart enough.
Yeah,
we are smart enough. Trust me, for us to be where we are since segregation ended. For us to be where we are, we have to be very intelligent. But, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You good.
Okay. What I was saying was that because of when segregation ended, think about this, bro. My grandparents, and probably your grandparents were the same age, our grandparents didn't get the same education unless, I'm from the South. Are you from the South, your grandparents?
Yeah, everyone's from the South, yep.
Okay, bet. So my grandparents, just like your grandparents from the South, they didn't get the same education as your mom got. Okay, so your grandparents did not go to white schools because desegregation of schools didn't happen in like 1955 or something like that.
Right.
And so that is when we started being even allowed to get the same education, not the same knowledge, but the same education as a right. And so I'm sorry. So after that happened, so you got to think about this. Your parents were the first people that actually got to benefit off of being able to go to white schools.
Yeah.
Okay. So your parents are the first people that learned how important finances was, how important taxes, how important all the how life insurance. Most grandparents didn't have life insurance back then. You know what I mean? Their parents are dying. These are how white people, and I say white people because it's a very general term. I'm sorry, white people, if you're offended, but I'm not saying every single white person. But this was the advantage that the white person would have had that were back then is that their parents were going to Auburn and Alabama and all these other schools, 1865, 1876. Our black education, we didn't get that same education for 100 of years behind them.
Right.
Okay. So my parents were the first people that ever got the benefit of having that education. Now you go back to the grandparents who did not have that education that would tell you don't need that education. So that's why school was not that important to the black community because you had nobody that were going to school. The schools that we were going to wasn't that serious. So it was like, oh, okay, don't worry. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't pushed on us. Like school was pushed in the white community. Like you're gonna go to college. You're gonna black man, why you doing all that? Why you studying? Why you learning? You know what I mean? Like that's how it was. But it wasn't because we're stupid or we're ignorant, bro. You didn't allow somebody to get a chance to grasp and appreciate how important that education is. How important it is to know how to network, how important it is to learn, you know what I mean? Learn how to deal with money and what you do with taxes, all that other stuff. Yeah. That's very important stuff. Credit score. Bro, your grandparents did not have good credit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you, I don't even know your grandparents. I can tell you. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
That whole being passed down and that's a big deal. So that means we weren't having the knowledge of business. White people been running business since the 1800s, bro. You pass that down, that knowledge, those little chips that you can't get in school down. That's why we're so far behind as far as the business part of everything goes. That's why we just want to play basketball and football because that's simple. You're good at basketball, you get paid millions of dollars. But what about the 5 million black kids that ain't gonna be 6'5" and 6'7" when they grow up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then they're stuck playing, you know what I'm saying, like low-level basketball somewhere else. Instead of thinking about how we can advance in the business part of this. So that's why I say, but for black people and your parents being the first people to get their education, and obviously you got, you know what I mean, we got to enjoy the same education as all white kids too. And so we're just the second generation of kids who got to enjoy just the education, not the knowledge, just the education of the same people. So, and we have black billionaires. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing that in just that short amount of time, you think we're only one generation removed, and we already have black billionaires. So black people are very smart and very intelligent and can get it. We just need the opportunity. Yeah.
I love the way you separated knowledge and education too. And I was just talking to somebody about this too. So I'm in the master's program now. But even, like, going back to my bachelor's and shit, I didn't, like, I went in school and got an education, but I can honestly say I didn't learn shit.
You didn't learn shit.
I didn't
know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You just getting words. But that's what I'm saying. We didn't get we weren't in the same place. White people were going there and getting the knowledge because they understood where to go with it. We're just there because this is where we're supposed to be at.
Yeah. And like,
you know what I mean? Like, I was told to go to college.
Like, it's something. It sucks because even when I got my bachelor, so I graduated like top of my class in my bachelor's degree. I graduated with magna cum laude, right? Didn't learn shit. Yeah, didn't learn shit, right? I can't even tell you anything I learned. but it's something that I can put on my resume for when it's time for me to separate from the military, which would be pretty soon, thank God. I'm tired.
And thank you for your service, sir.
Oh man, I appreciate it. So now I'm going, like, I didn't even plan on going back to get my master's, but this whole quarantine thing, I was like, I might as well just enroll in something, just have something else to write on paper. But I already know it sucks because I'm going through this 1.5 years school, and I feel like it's going to be a waste of my time. You know, I mean,
unless you got a plan. You got a plan with it? Are you going to be a doctor or a lawyer? Or?
Man, look, so once I get out the military, my fallback plan is really people's plan A. So my fallback plan is to be working in human resources and be a human resources manager or something like that.
Okay.
The HR company. Because I have the experience, I have the knowledge, I have the credentials to do it. So I was like, I can get a job somewhere when I get out, and it's a decent job. But what I want to do is open up like a couple of gyms or something like that back in Dallas, Addison or something like that, like small businesses. And obviously buy up some more properties. I have property out in Wichita Falls, but that's not really making me too much money. But I want to open up all these little things so I can pass that knowledge down that you just talked about onto my kids when I do start having kids and shit. Because my parents, they have a couple of assets and stuff, but they really don't have anything that they can pass down to me right now. You know, it's like whenever they die, you can get these assets. But I want to be able to put things in my kids' names for their wealth too, so they can build their wealth at a young age. That way they don't have to work. I don't want them to be spoiled, but at the same time, like you just said with the white kids, they learn this shit at a young age too. You know,
I have a lot of white friends, and obviously it's not in general. I'm just saying it's something that I've seen with white kids that I haven't necessarily seen with as much with my black friends. Is my white kids, my white friends will get out of school, bro, and they will have a house waiting on. You know what I mean? Like a crib, like, you know what I'm saying, a whole house, like, this is your gift. We're just like to be set up like that. And that's just I'm giving you something just in like a house waiting or a company waiting on you. Or you know what I mean? Like we get out, we like, where are we supposed to go? Like because we're only one generation into this.
Yeah,
we will be able to give our kids a better. That's what I'm saying.
That's
in 100 years.
That.
That's why we don't. That's why you see so many black people with degrees, bro, don't got jobs.
Yeah,
or got degrees and they not working what their degree is because we just knew we were supposed to go to college because that's what all these white people been doing.
Yeah,
and so that's what we did. But then at the end of the day, we didn't know what to do with all this. Because it hasn't been enough trial and error.
Yeah.
We're just the second generation of trial and error. My daughter is gonna have. Okay, so we're learning now. I just had a friend gift her daughter, and she's been working on it. Obviously, she gifted her daughter and made sure her daughter, when she turned 18, her credit score was 735. Okay, like that's like white people been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We just now learning this. We used to put things in our kids' names, you know, to offset the debt. Like that's what I'm getting at. We're coming from such a bottom. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing that we are where we are today. It's amazing.
So you hear this thing, and it's hard to talk about, but it's the truth. And I'll say it's the truth. So you hear this thing about black oppression. Do you think that we're really oppressed, or is it just a lack of knowledge that we have?
Yes.
I think it's majority lack of knowledge.
I just explained why we are oppressed.
Yeah.
We are oppressed because we don't have. Yes. No. Okay. So what they're looking at is now you have the same opportunity. But what about how? You know what I'm saying? You're letting us start the race 150 years later and telling us to stay up and keep up. Okay, like why is there poverty? Okay, why is there crime in the hood, bro? Because there's poverty, not because there's black. Okay, there's poverty. Poverty follows. I mean, crime follows poverty. Yep. So you go to a country white town, it's gonna be, you know what I mean, like or redneck or whatever. or you go to lower part of Mexico, or you go to lower part of Brazil, or you go to lower part of France.
Yeah.
There's poverty. Crime follows poverty.
Mm-hmm.
You put a whole people into poverty, and then because that's what the ghettos were. Ghettos were they were a place to put black people.
Right.
Keep everybody caged in. So you put them in there, and then don't give them money, don't give them ways to make money, don't give them education, and then say good luck.
Yep.
And then 150 years later, you say, oh, I guess y'all are people now. And since y'all are people, y'all can come learn what we learn. Come on, do this.
Damn.
And then we doing it. We just like everybody. My grandparents didn't really understand. We know the work. That's what most black people say. Get a job. Just get a job. Yeah. Because we don't know anything but to work for somebody.
Right.
Like it's not. We're so far behind, and it's not our fault. Okay, so like, if they really want everybody to shut up, you want the word oppression to go away for 100 years. Because slavery was Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1863.
Right.
Okay, so July 4th was independence, 1776. So however many, so from 1776 to 1863, what is that? 88 years.
Sure.
we'll go 88 years. Yeah, right. Because I don't know either. So it's around there. Okay, so in that 88 years, you should have. It's 87. Oh, that's gonna mess with me. All right. Anyway, so for 87 years from now on, black people don't have to pay taxes. Black people go to college for free, and 90% of small business loans are approved with a 5-year plan.
Okay.
For 80 years. So you let us.
For 8 years.
I'm just saying. And the only reason I'm saying 87 years is because I'm going from when America became America to the Emancipation Proclamation sign. I'm not even going to 1601 or 1605 when we landed.
Yeah.
When we were slaves back then too, so that's why they get the 400 number years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm talking about from 1863 or 1776 to 1863. You allow us to get caught back up. You erase our debt. All debt is erased. Okay,
Shit.
all black debt is erased. School for free. 90% of small business loans are approved by the bank with a 5-year business plan, and we don't have to pay taxes. And then and you know what the white people gonna say? Bro, that's not fair. That ain't fair.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then you be like, well, now you can shut up about oppression, because now you are oppressed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now you get it, and now that's why we say. So you do that for 80 years, you even it up. And then boom, we won't say anything else about it.
We can't say nothing.
Won't say it.
That'll be the agreement. That'll be the agreement.
We won't even mention.
Give us this. We won't mention nothing.
And that's my plan. But then my wife was like, nah, bro, you can't. That's not fair. That's not fair. Not pay taxes like that. I mean, a lot of it wasn't fair. How we got here wasn't fair.
Yeah, but if they want, I'm sure they want us to shut the hell up about that. I mean, they keep telling us to shut up.
There's a way to do it. There's your reparations. You're not even giving us any money.
Right. You're just not going to gain any money either.
Exactly right. But you ain't about to take money from me.
Right. Right. But you do that. You said put that system in place. You got to be a fool not to take advantage of that shit. And you know, there's a lot of us that
right. There you go.
Then
after these 87 years, you come back and somebody saying, well, it's not fair, man. White people oppressive. We're going to be like, shut up, you playing victim.
Yeah. Well, really, they can. That'll be on their parents. Whoever your parents was 87 some years later or whatever.
Exactly right. But at least we had a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Is give us the opportunity to be able to catch up.
Yeah. Shit, man. I didn't think it was gonna get all prolific and shit, but I like it.
Hey, bro, that's how I told you, bro. The comedy part, like I told my homeboy this. He a comedian. Yeah. He say, bro, you trying to do a show? I'm like, bro, I can't even be funny right now, bro. I'm so deep, but I mean, the comedy's gonna come. So I'm throwing a show next month. What I'm gonna do is when I get a date concrete, I'm gonna send you a message. Please shout it out on your show, man.
You know I will.
Please come through if you can. I know you might still be in smoky London, but whenever you get back through, to stateside, you let me know, man. I'll make sure you front row at the next show.
Hell yeah, just don't roast me, man.
Bro, I ain't talking about the last time, bro. I ain't about to talk about no black man rapping.
Yeah, man, I'll do it. You know, I will. Yeah, shout it out on Instagram, Facebook, all that shit on the show, all that. I'm there.
All right. Bet.
Man. So on the Public Therapy Podcast, I always ask my host. You kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, and I'm gonna wrap it. I'm wrapping it up just so you know.
No, you good, bro. You good.
But what is one thing that you do daily that you would consider therapeutic to you?
Oh, I play my video game.
Okay. Escape the world through video games, huh?
Yeah. Well, what it is okay. So, not playing football anymore. Yeah. I can't compete on a daily basis. Okay. And so it's a way that allows my competitive edge to be because I'm so competitive, bro. My daughter, I'm gonna have to beat my daughter down the hallway. We're going to be the first people to go brush our teeth. Like I'm gonna want to win. And she's kind of the same way because if she loses, she a crop. You know what I mean? Like she hates losing. No matter what we're doing, race to the door. Hey, let's see who can find daddy's keys first. And if I find my keys first, bro, she'll break down and cry because she wanted to win that bad. We're the same way, bro. So it's a way for me to be able to compete and get my juices out on a daily basis. So that's why it's therapeutic for me.
Okay. And that's lovely too, man. I appreciate you. Oh, happy Father's Day, by the way.
Thank you, brother. Are you a daddy?
No, not yet.
Oh, he said not yet. All right, white is like, not yet. All right, no,
yeah. Now we trying to. So I'm in this stage now to where we're still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to separate from the military right now, so I don't want to separate from the military and not have a job and having a kid on the way and be stressed out with all that shit.
Oh. Facts. Why you think I started a construction company? No.
Yeah, but congrats on being a great dad. I see it, man, on Facebook, posting your daughter and stuff. And
thank you, brother.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Anytime you have a free weekend, you want me to do it again or whatever, bro, you can always hit me up. And when I get my podcast started up, it's gonna be vice versa, bro.
Yeah, man. So for our listeners, he has a podcast called Kris Gardner and Friends. Y'all go check it out. I think you got 10 episodes out.
Yeah, I think it's 10 episodes. We're going to get it back going again, bro, because I missed it too much. So
yeah, man, I used to watch it.
We're going to definitely get it back.
Yeah, you need to run that back. I'm going to have to do a show with you next time I'm in Dallas.
Yeah. I told you, come on. Let's link up and make this happen.
All right, man. It's been another episode of the Public Therapy Podcast. Y'all take it easy with Kris Gardner. All right, man. Y'all peace.